global warming fact and discussion cards. That's just to get us ready for filling out the information on the other sheets, which are before this one. So number one, this is this person. These are all the opinions of different people. I'm just one person. Reducing my waste and being more green won't make any difference, says Peter. It's up to governments and big companies. That's the only way to help stop global warming. Okay, and we won't be discussing this today, but we'll be discussing it maybe tomorrow, I think, if we get this other work finished. Number two, reducing your waste is a good way to help stop global warming. Number three, greenhouse gases occur naturally, so it doesn't matter if we produce more. Without them, Earth's temperature would be minus 18 degrees, so greenhouse gases are actually a good thing, says Amy. In Earth's history, there have been several ice ages and times of warmer climate. Number five, scientists estimate that the sea ice in the Arctic is melting at a rate of 9% every 10 years. Number six, greenhouse gases include carbon dioxide and methane. Some methane comes from cows burping and trumping. That means breaking wind. Number seven, a good way to slow down global warming is to use renewable energy, such as solar and wind power. Number eight, deforestation, large areas of forests being destroyed, contributes to global warming. Forests are sometimes cut down to make room for houses or factories. Number nine, scientists sometimes refer to Earth as the Goldilocks planet because it is the only planet in our solar system where the temperature is not too hot and not too cold, but just right for living things to survive. Yeah, you know the story of Goldilocks where the porridge is not too hot. She likes the baby's porridge because it's not too hot and not too cold. Lots of countries around the world have signed an agreement to reduce the amount of greenhouse gases they produce. Not all countries have signed up, though. Number 11, global warming causes extreme weather, such as hurricanes and tornadoes. Okay, so now first, greenhouse gases are made by factories, cars, and other things, such as using lots of electricity. The next box says, some heat escapes back out. Heat comes from the sun. Greenhouse gases act like a blanket and trap heat inside Earth. What would go here? Right, heat comes from the sun. Okay, that makes sense. So I would put the greenhouse gases made by factories, cars, and other such things go here. I know it doesn't quite make sense because it's all the way in the corner and the car and the house are there, but yeah. And then greenhouse gases act like a blanket goes here. And finally, this one is some heat escapes back out. Okay. Right, I'll repeat it one more time. So, first of all, greenhouse gases are made by factories, cars, and other things such as using lots of electricity. That one, I would put it here by the factory. Okay, I know the house and the car aren't there, but it represents all three of these things. Then here, I would have greenhouse gases act like a blanket and trap heat inside Earth. That would go here. And then here, you have some heat escapes back out. So some of the heat is escaping back out. The point is there's less heat escaping. Right, this is the second part of the worksheet. What happens because of global warming? Who can give me an answer? If you remember back to the fact sheet. Can you remember? Nobody knows? Good. Okay, so what happens because of global warming? There's more extreme weather conditions, and down here, here it says, on number 11, it says global warming causes extreme weather such as hurricanes and tornadoes. Okay. You can also, if you want to, you can mention that the Arctic is melting at a quicker rate. So these are the effects of global warming. How can we help reduce global warming? What can we do to reduce global warming? Now, again, you'll have to look at your fact cards for the answers. So here's one, number 2. Reducing your waste is a good way to help stop global warming. In other words, don't waste electricity. Okay, so they show a picture of a light switch. In other words, you turn off the lights. Don't use any electrical devices, or turn them off if you're not actually using them. So prevent deforestation and get countries and governments to sign up to an agreement to reduce the amount of greenhouse gases. use renewable energy. What happens because of global warming? Remember to check your fact cards if you've got them there. So here we have global warming causes extreme weather such as hurricanes and tornadoes. Okay. So put pressure on countries and governments to reduce their greenhouse gas emissions. Now again, you might write that down differently in your text. I suggest you start writing this while it's up here, because otherwise you might forget. Is everyone clear on what you have to do for that worksheet? Yeah, I've just modeled some answers. No, you don't have to do all of it. And also you might have your own ideas. Okay. I would like, so for, not this part, I would like 3 ways you can help reduce global warming at least, yeah? And what happens because of global warming? Well, I'd like 2 causes. We wrote 2. We wrote that there's more extreme weather and the Arctic is melting. Now you might have your own ones that I didn't write, which is fine. You can write them in.